part of your victory do you share with them to help them to overcome?
Okay, well, on Facebook, I do a lot of postings, a lot of inspirational posts. I focus on Mondays, it's Mental Health Mondays, so I'm always posting things about mental health, you know, getting help, don't be ashamed of it. You know, have you, just in certain questions you should ask yourself, you know, have you gone outside today? Have you talked to anybody today? Have you taken care of your hygiene today? Just different questions so that you can, you know, maybe, you know, ask yourself these things. So I'm very, that's what I do. And I just let people know that you, well, I'm here, you know, for you, and that people are here and they love you. So
I think that it's important, you know, like you talked about, you know, writing and journaling. As far as you like poetry.
Yes.
And so tell us about you said poetry is therapy.
Yes.
And so explain to me how you came to understand that poetry was therapy.
Because every time I began to write, I would cry. I would just be crying, and I'm writing and I'm crying. I'm like, what is going on? I didn't know initially that I was being healed. I was healing.
Yeah.
And you hear people say it, all this, you know, but it's the truth. Putting those words on that paper has been very therapeutic for me.
Yeah.
Very.
And so what you're saying is basically, in order for you to heal, you have to get it out.
Yes. Yes.
You have to
Absolutely.
get it out. You have to share it. So do you do spoken word? Do you share your poetry publicly, or how do you use it? How do you leverage what you write?
Okay, so I decided that I was going to go ahead and go public with my poetry. So I put together a project, and I've been in the studio for a couple of months now putting it together. So I will be releasing my first single next month. Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes, thank you.
I think it's beautiful. I was reading someone's bio, and they said, I was created to create.
Yes.
And I think that when we realize that we're created to create, that instead of consuming or destroying, it gives us something, because everyone has something different. Like yours is poetry, for Dominique it's his songs, for Celinda it's her movement. We all have something, we all have a way to take what we've gone through and empower someone else.
Absolutely.
When you write, what was the first poem that you wrote, and what was it about?
Oh, thank you, God. The first poem that I wrote was about just a deep, dark place that I was in. My first poem was very dark, very dark. And when I got finished, I'm like, oh, this is dark, but it was my truth. You know, and I know sometimes the truth is not beautiful. The truth is not always beautiful. The truth can be kind of dark and sad, you know. So yeah, this is a very dark poem, very.
You know, and I think sometimes we don't understand that there's a difference between our truth and the truth. And sometimes our truth is a reflection of our belief system.